And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. I am pleased to say we've pretty much left tutorial land, and we've hit the section of the Let's Play where hopefully the videos will follow a more standardized format, where we can probably fit in about a week's worth of content in the Bay Area into videos where we don't go to Tartarus, and then we'll probably only have like 2 Tartarus videos per in-game month, for most of the game, really. Obviously, special events in the story and things like significant milestones, shall we say, will likely take up their own video, but for the most part, we will have a much more standard format going forward. Speaking of standard format, let's talk to our friends. I'm sure you're tired of hearing this, but make sure you're fully prepared before going to Tartarus. You never know what'll happen there. There are some aspects to battle that we simply can't manage with an unprepared leader.
That's true.
I'm sure you don't want to put everyone else in danger, so keep that in mind. I will, Akihiko, I will. Mitsuru? Don't want to go to Tartarus, I just wanted to chat. The higher we advance up Tartarus, the stronger our enemies will become. Do you feel that your current equipment is adequate? Yeah, I think so.
I see.
That's good to hear. Just don't get careless. You should consider paying Officer Kurosawa a visit when you have the time. To be honest, you don't really need to do any equipment upgrading in Reload. The stuff you can buy is just a marginal upgrade over what you start with, and you can find some good stuff in Tartarus anyways if you open up the locked chests. By the way, when we were fighting in Tartarus, I was thinking, even shadows have stuff like they're not good at. Like, they have weaknesses too. Like how I'm not good at studying, you know? For a sec, I thought they were kind of relatable. Good one, Junpei. And Yukari, I can't believe it's already the last day of April. It was probably one of the hardest months of my life, honestly. Hope I can relax a little next month. Oh, keep hoping, Yukari. Anyways, let's get about our daily duties here. This is close enough to the real deal for me. And we get our second rank of charm. We are now unpolished. Not sure if I should feel flattered by that.
Morning.
Morning. It's been pretty warm lately, hasn't it? Well, it is already May. Isn't it crazy how fast time flies? Yeah, absolutely. And it only gets worse as you get older.
Yeah.
Seriously, a lot's happened. And I'm sure there's a lot more to come, too. Apathy syndrome might not go away anytime soon, either. Since we're not the only ones who can fight shadows, maybe we should be working harder. Besides, I need to get stronger, too. I can't have someone else protecting me all the time. You're plenty strong, Yukari, don't worry.
Hey, did you hear? Sonata-san's getting checked up at the hospital today. He called me earlier and asked me to bring him something. Yep, he knows who to count on.
He only asked you because you don't have anything better to do after school.
Hey, I resent that.
Just kidding. So, what do you want you to bring?
The class roster for 2E.
Class roster? What's he want that for? Well, I don't have practice today, so I guess I'll come along and find out. You're coming too, right?
Why not? What else am I gonna be doing today? You have no choice here.
Cool.
Wait a minute.
What? Is there a problem?
Well, it was me, he asked. Is Sonata-san...
Huh?
in this room, by any chance?
What are all of you doing here?
We came to see you, but you look like you're doing just fine.
That's because I'm just here for a checkup.
We done here, Aki?
Yeah, thanks.
I don't have time for this shit. You're... Never mind.
Who was that?
A friend from school. Sort of. You know how the number of apathy syndrome cases has been increasing? Well, he knows a few people who are suffering from it. so I thought we'd have a little chat. Hey, Junpei, did you bring what I asked?
Of course I did.
Thanks. All right, let's get going.
Should you be moving your arm around so much?
I'm fine. I've wasted enough time already. I need to get back to my training.
By the way, Senpai, why boxing?
You mean, why did I choose the sport? Well, it's not the sport itself I like. I just wanted to learn how to fight with my bare hands. I know what it's like to feel powerless. I don't ever want to feel that way again. Besides, I'm curious to see how strong I can get. It's like a game, only I'm competing against myself.
That's one way of looking at it. But hey, I got you. I'm into games too.
Yeah, video games.
No, but like fighting games.
Whatever.
Unfortunately for us, that eats up our day, so we can't develop any social links on this Friday. And like I said, you don't get a choice. You're going to the hospital whether you like it or not. Oh, regarding Akihiko's recovery, it seems he'll still need some more time. Well, there's no need to rush things. You've all been working hard. Use the long weekend to rest. That said, there's been an uptick in the number of incidents lately, so don't be careless. I can't seem to shake this bad feeling I have. Perhaps it is just unnecessary concern on my part. Yeah, you're just being paranoid, Mitsuru. What are you working on over there, Junpei? Sonata-san's gotta be, like, superhuman or something. Didn't this shadow injure him? He's acting totally normal. Like it was no big deal. Normally people wouldn't be all like, I gotta heal up fast so I can jump into the fight. He really is a boxing champ. Worlds apart from us ordinary folks, huh? Yeah, interesting thing to note, Junpei. There is quite a lot to Akihiko, more than meets the eye. Anyway, let's get on to our daily business for the day. We're meeting G over there. Over in FES, we are of course still in Tartarus on 4:30, but I do want to bring attention to one thing. You'll note that I'm still in the good status. I didn't bother grinding it out until I got into the tired status, because honestly, since we're going to be losing a day to the hospital trip tomorrow, and then we have Sunday coming up that just keeps us from going to school altogether, I could only get free courage boosts on Saturday and Monday, with who knows how much save scumming that would take, so just deciding to pass up on this will save me some time. Additionally, we're actually going to be going back to Tartarus. We're going to be taking an incidental trip later in the week, both in FES and in Portable. Now, for Portable, this trip is just going to be for the purpose of completing the May deadline requests before we hit the next full moon, so that's why we're going to be doing in Portable. For FES, there is a very particular reason that we actually want to go to Tartarus on the 4th, and honestly, for the purpose of social link scheduling, we could probably just leave Tartarus as soon as we get there, but I will actually be fighting until I get tired on that night. With that addressed, let's get back to the Bay Area. Since I haven't been paying them much mind, and since we don't really have much to do on the FES front, let's talk to this person with, well, they're just going, and It's one of the lost, victim of the apathy syndrome that's causing such a stir. You cannot get a meaningful response out of this person. As we get closer and closer to the full moon, we'll be seeing more and more of these people. Anyway, heading into the arcades, of course, we are going to want to play Horror House. And then, since we're not tired for once, we'll actually study and then go to sleep. With any luck, we may actually accomplish something that would save me the time of having to have done it in Tartarus anyway. But we can't really bank on that. We get our academics increase, And we're just feeling sleepy, so no tiredness. That's another reason I didn't really feel like going to or grinding it out in Tartarus again, though. There is a chance I would just get tired from studying anyway. I didn't, but you know, chance. Meanwhile, in Persona 3 Portable, we don't have anything too exciting on the docket for tonight. We didn't go to Tartarus at all. So instead, we are just going to head on down to the mall, and we are going to be taking some fabulous photos. Again, this is what you had to do before you had selfies. You had to go to the arcade, and you just had to find a photo booth, and then, you know, you get what you want, and then you don't upload them to Instagram. But your charm does go up. Hey, and now we are... Inguine, I think that's how that's pronounced. Feel free to correct me in the comments. And yet again, Friday is just dedicated to the hospital visit, so it's time for more video games. Man, this ended up being a pretty repetitive day for Portable, but that is how it is sometimes. Let's play a little bit more House of the Dead and see if we can't develop our courage a little bit more. Which we can, and we get our first rank up in Persona 3 Portable. So now we're ordinary in this game as well. I can hear people talking. Golden Week starts tomorrow. Do you have any plans? Not really. But I'm not gonna miss tomorrow's show. Oh yeah, you're talking about Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, right? When I hear that jingle, I can't resist buying something. I'll never miss it when it's on Sunday afternoons. I'm about to go broke! A shopping program that airs on Sunday afternoons, eh? Since tomorrow's Sunday, maybe I'll turn on the TV in my room to watch it. The first bell has rung. Class has ended for today, and we've got a couple things to get to. What do you got to say? When you go to a new school, you have to worry about where you'll sit, too. Oh, it would suck if you ended up in the front row. What, just because the teacher can keep an easy eye on you? I guess I can understand that. Anyway, before we get to our proper social link for the day, what do you got to say? I heard you were invited to the student council. Kirito-senpai said so. So jealous of you. I wish I could get invited. Think I should talk to her or something? Why exactly are you so jealous? Not like your name card there tells me something different from what I was already thinking. Anyway, let's talk to Chihiro first. Oh. Hello! Hello. I was able to say hello to you! Although, the more I think about it, the more nervous I get. I hope I can get better at this somehow. You just gotta keep at it, but let's hang out. Why not? Huh? This is so sudden, I need to think about it. Excuse me. I don't think she's willing to talk to me anymore. I should try again another time. Fortunately, we've, kind of, wore her down a little bit. Is that a good way to say it? Let's not think too hard about it. Anyway, who we actually want to hang out with today is Yuko. So let's, go out and do something fun. I actually gotta head out now to do some shopping for the track team. Like, buying athletic tape and stuff. There's a lot, so it'd be nice if I had an extra hand or two to carry everything. Hint, hint. Is she nudging me with her elbow while she says that? I feel like I might grow closer to Yuko soon. Should I spend some time after school with Yuko? I think that sounds like a bang-up idea. Let's go, Yuko. Ha, cool. Thanks. I can't rely on the other team members at all. You get it right, Zeller-kun? Okay then, off to Polonia Mall we go.
Okay, shopping for club stuff is done. Good thing you came with me. Didn't realize there was so much to buy. Also, I wasn't really in the mental state to do this alone today.
Oh, what's wrong? What happened?
Oh, nothing major. Maybe I was exaggerating a bit. It's still bothering me, though. In today's classic literature pop quiz, I didn't know any of the answers. And before I knew it, I dozed off. I ended up handing in a blank paper.
Ooh, that's, I can relate to that.
I know, right? I didn't do it on purpose. But then Mr. Akoda got all pissed off. He called me to the faculty office and told me I had to write a reflection essay. I had to listen to Mr. Akoda lecture me for the longest time. He was all like, at this rate you'll end up as a good-for-nothing adult, and you're not putting enough thought into your future. Come on, it's way too early to worry about the future, isn't it? We're still just teenagers.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think he's putting a little too much stock into a single essay.
Right? We should be allowed to enjoy ourselves now, while we still can. Honestly, I haven't really thought about my future at all. I'm working hard for the track team, so I think that's good enough for now. As for the future, well, I've got plenty of time to think about it later.
Yuko is smiling happy, deciding to leave tomorrow's problem to tomorrow's her. I feel like our relationship has grown. With rank 2 of the Strength Social Link obtained, we can make even stronger Strength Personae.
I guess this isn't the best place for a long conversation, huh? I'm gonna go drop these off at the storage room. See ya! Ouch!
Ow!
Hey, it's dangerous to be running around here. Wait, aren't you...
Oh, Auntie Yuko!
How many times do I have to tell you? You can call me Big Sis, nothing else.
Oh no, they're gonna catch me. See ya, Auntie!
Hey, wait! And he's gone. That kid lives across the street from me. Why on earth are they playing tag in a place like this? I mean, it's dangerous, right? They should go play in the schoolyard or something. Oh no, the school gate is gonna close soon. I'll see you at practice!
After saying goodbye to Yuko, I decided to go back to the dorm. Seems like Yuko gets along with those kids, although she is not so fond of the auntie moniker. They just have a high respect for your maturity, Yuko. Sup, dude? Finally, the 3-day weekend starts tomorrow. I asked some peeps if they wanted to hang out. The only ones interested were guys. You had best use your time wisely. Need I remind you that midterms are quickly approaching? And here I was, thinking I could just live in blissful ignorance for a few days. Well, everybody is gonna have to get ready for exams, but I have more important things to do than that. But let's talk to a couple of our friends here. Let's try to have some fun during Golden Week, especially since we'll be busy studying for midterms right after it. Yeah, absolutely. At this rate, I'm gonna spend Golden Week the same way I always have. Lazing around, hanging out with dudes. Not that I don't love your company, my dude, but it's just sad. Too sad. Even though I'm a changed man this year. Come on. There's nothing wrong with just hanging with your bros, Junpei. Well, it's just about Golden Week. I was looking forward to improving on past year's Golden Week training regimen. But I guess that won't be happening this year. Akihiko, you're too work-oriented. Is something the matter? Just wanted to chat. Our school's exams tend to be difficult, but you'll be fine as long as you're diligent about studying. That said, you just transferred, and then were hospitalized for a time. I'll see what I can do to help you. That would be much appreciated, Mitsuru. Maybe she's actually hinting at something for later. Now, we actually want to do something in the dorm, but before I forget, I'd like to go to Polonia Mall, and I would actually like to make use of the Velvet Room here in order to create a persona. There's a mysterious door in the quiet alley. So, let's pop in here, and we get our tutorial for entering the Velvet Room in Reload, since we haven't had any reason to go here as of yet. But we will actually be using our Golden Week. I can see that you are living quite the fulfilling life between nurturing your bonds and striving for self-improvement. This is less of a reward and more of a gift from me to you. Please take it. And since we've been doing quite well on developing our social links and our social stats, Elizabeth gives us a healthy supply of Twilight fragments. Absolutely wonderful. I still cannot foresee the limits of your potential. I look forward to witnessing you grow even further. Now then, how may I be of assistance? We're going to fuse personas, and we're going to use a new functionality of Persona 3 Reload when it comes to Fusion. Fusion Search. This will populate a list of every possible persona you can create with the ones that you have in your stock. Now, what I'm looking for is I want something that can create a hermit-type persona, which it does not look like we have something at our disposal that can do that for us. So, let me think here. I want to shop around a little bit and see what various things I can create. Do we have, just reviewing my schedule here real quick.
Take all the time you need to consider.
We don't have anything coming up that requires me to have Aramitama on hand, so I'm going to fuse it up into Jack Frost. Not because I care about Jack Frost specifically, but I do want to create one to expand my fusion options. So one nice thing about fusing personas in Persona 3 Reload, which I've gone over this previously, but just important to reiterate, is that we can select our skills. I don't really care particularly about what Jack Frost gets here, since I'm probably just going to make a better one eventually anyway, but we will create him now. Ho, I'm Jack Frost. Oh ho, well aren't you a strapping young lad? Just like me, hee-ho. Nice to meet you. And with that, we get Jack Frost into our persona stock. Alright, and he seems to be holding something. Occasionally, a newly created persona will become bearing an item. This item can be obtained by raising the item-bearing persona to the predetermined level. You can check the attainable item under the persona status on the skills detail screen. Now, this is not actually a new mechanic to Persona 3 Reload. This exists in Vanilla, FES, and Portable, but the way it ultimately functions is a little bit different. Ooh, a skill seems to be on the verge of changing. Will you see this through? We do not actually get to see what the skill turns into in this game, which is kind of silly, so I always prevent these skill changes from happening unless I'm specifically trying to cheese something out. Normally, it'll just always trade out a skill you want to have with a skill you don't need. Okay, so we can't make a hanged out of this. I'm just going to quickly search around and try to find something that will allow me to create what I want, so hold on a moment. Another thing I'm fusing to expand my options is Omoikane. Next, I pulled a pixie out of the compendium to fuse it with Apsaris so that I can create Nekomata, and we're going to just inherit Bufu onto her. Finally, we want to fuse Nekomata into the Omoikane that I made to get Onmoraki. This is also a new persona to Persona 3 Reload, so kind of cool to see. This guy actually comes with a pretty good spread of skills here. We can get Rakunda onto him, and he also starts with Tadarunda. And what would I like to take onto him? I think my... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna, I can't see his stats behind the screen there. We'll take Power Slash just in case he has good physical, but doesn't look like he does. But we already have all the elemental coverage we could possibly want in Orpheus. With the way I've built him up. Hiya, mister. Us two are of one body, one soul. So I guess that means I'm following you all the way to hell. But the reason I want to create this guy is because I will need him for the long weekend, because we're going to be dedicating our Golden Week to playing an MMO. Let's see, Power Slash is on the verge of changing. You know what? I actually am going to accept that one. Maybe we'll get something cool by Sudi. What does that one do again? Cures free, shock, poison down, dizzy. Not that helpful, but whatever, I'll take it, I guess. Anyways, I will need to make more compendium expenses, which I might need to find a way to sell some junk when I get a chance, but that's not anything I'm too overly concerned about. If I do need to liquidate some of my stuff to get more money to pad myself out until our next trip to Tartarus, that'll be something I have to do, but I really do need Dawn Meraki, so it was worth doing some compendium expenditure, or making some compendium expenditures, in order to get the persona that I needed. One thing to note is that this is not something that we can do in FES and Portable, because we do not have access to the compendium yet in those versions of the game. So make sure you get the personas you need from Tartarus, and have them ready for the time when you need them. With that all established, we're going to spend our time on the computer, and we are going to play Virtual Diet. Virtual Diet. Now, you too can have a slim body without having to suffer through exercise. First, train yourself to curb your appetite by looking at blue food. Looking at all the blue food on screen is making me lose my appetite. I finished watching all the videos. I feel like I have a slimmer, more attractive body already. And somehow, that has improved our charm for us. Well, whatever, I'll take it. It's gotten late. I should head back to my room.
are you?
Huh, you again.
It's been a while. Are you well? 1 week from now, there'll be a full moon. Be careful. A new hardship is coming.
What kind of hardship?
You'll run into one of them. You need to be prepared, but your time is limited. I'm sure you're aware of that, though. I'll come see you again when it's over. Goodbye for now.
Alright, for May 2nd in FES, we actually have a couple of request-related things to take care of. First order of business is that we actually want to accept a request from Elizabeth that we can only take care of today, so we better get it now before I forget about it. But you'll also notice that since we're talking to Elizabeth during the day, and we have her date request, we can, well, go on a date with her. We're going to do that, of course, but first we want to get the Bring Me Pine Resin request. Remember, we can only complete this request on the date that is listed in the request text there. Somebody who is in the archery club, eh? I think I know who we need to talk to, but they won't actually give us what we need until nighttime falls, which makes it even more obvious who we need to talk to. But now we can also go on a date with Elizabeth and get that request taken care of. Do note that when you go on the dates, they do not consume any time, so this isn't a routing conflict with what we were otherwise going to do today. Ah, I've been expecting you. Shall we be on our way? And with that, we're going to take Elizabeth on the town. She's nice and inconspicuous, so I'm sure we won't have any issues showing her around the mall. You left for Polonia Mall with Elizabeth.
Ah, yes. An intimate encounter with one of your world's rarities. This must be a fountain. It makes sport of water, well known to all to be the foundation of life. How wicked! It's rumored that its enchanting nature grants wishes to those who sacrifice a few coins. Then I must try it for myself. Fortunately, I anticipated this and brought a good supply of coins. 2,000 of your 500 yen coins, to be exact. I shall make an opening bid for the fountain spirit of 1 million yen.
The torrent of coins is like a waterfall.
I was so caught up in the excitement of tossing in coins that I hadn't given my wish any thought. This won't do. I shall give it more careful consideration before I return here in the near future. What is this facility here? There are some stern-faced gentlemen inside. And these photographs displayed so prominently. Most wanted. Reward. Am I correct in thinking of these as your version of my subjugation requests?
Oh, don't get too ahead of yourself, Elizabeth. You're not typically supposed to kill them.
I see. So they must be captured alive. You've sated my curiosity. This edifice over here. It can't be. Is this a club? Dancers, dictated by the sway of one's inner passions. A subterranean garden of uninhibited spectacle. Oh, no. It's not closed for business now, is it? Such a pity. I had hoped to join in on the wild ritual. That was quite satisfying. But I'm overwhelmed. Everything looks so new and inviting. Everywhere I look, something catches the eye. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could recommend our next activity.
Well, since you're feeling the music in your soul, why not karaoke? I need to build up my courage more anyway.
Karaoke, is that? The place where one can challenge even professional singers at the touch of a button? It seems the time has come to show you my hidden talents. Ah, excuse me. Would you mind waiting for a moment? I wasn't aware that there was a fountain on this side as well. Yet another fountain on the opposite side. I see. So this place is host to a trinity of fountain spirits. I apologize for the wait. Let us continue.
You spent time singing karaoke with Elizabeth.
Thank you for the invaluable experiences you've shared with me today. I consider this mission fully accomplished. This may sound forward, but I'd like to accompany you again sometime.
You headed back to the Velvet Room with Elizabeth. Alright, so that was our first date with Elizabeth. Now, going forward, I will likely be relegating the dates to, with Elizabeth and Theodore to the supplemental videos, though I'll be showing both of them for, FES and Portable in this very first instance, just to give a good idea of what they're like. But, these dates, of course, do exist in Reload. It's just we don't get to see them until later, since we don't have access to requests yet. Speaking of, we do actually need to drop back into the request menu to complete the request. Make sure to do this before it expires. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. Thank you for showing me around Polonia Mall. The fountain. I still haven't made a decision on what to wish for. My master regrettably vetoed my wish to turn the Velvet Room into a club. But I was so set on it that thinking of something else is proving to be difficult. Oh! I finally come up with something. I wish to think of a wish. There, that wasn't so hard. Now, as for a reward, I prepared something special. With this, you can fuse Huapo. She is a charming persona combining the looks of a sweet girl with powerful abilities. Please accept your reward. So, we get the small Xiongzam, and now we can fuse the persona Huapo. Huapo is a Magician Arcana persona who was not available in Persona 3 Vanilla. She is a newly added persona as a reward for going on Elizabeth's dates, and she's a pretty darn good one. She also makes a, shall we say, a good connecting tissue to the next tier of Magician persona after her. So definitely a worthwhile persona to fuse when we actually have the level to fuse her. Now that that's been taken care of, let's get on with the day and continue on to our regularly scheduled business. For our social link today, we'll just be hanging out with Yuko. Hey, Cullen-kun. I was wondering what I should do since there's no practice today. Seems Yuko wants to walk home together. Let's get this social link kicked off. Now in the evening, we want to talk to Yukari. She's a member of the archery club. Huh? Pine resin? Obviously, she only says this if you happen to have Elizabeth's request. You need some? Why would I have pine resin? Oh, okay. You mean the powder we use in archery club, right? Yellow stuff? We use it even in practices, so it runs out quick. But I think I have some left. Hang on. Here you go. What did you need it for, anyway? Got a bow to take care of? Well, whatever. I mean, I was using a bow the other day, but... right now, we just need it for the benefit of Elizabeth, so let's hop on over to her. Alright, turning the request into Elizabeth. Kinda wish she just automatically talked to you about these when you entered the Velvet Room with one completed, but whatever. Is that soybean powder? Ah, no, it must be the pine resin I requested. It does look like soybean powder, though. It's so similar that even an expert on soybean powder such as myself can't tell the difference. Your reward for the assignment will be soybean powder. Ah, excuse me. I was just cooking something with soybean powder, so... Which hand was the pine resin in? My right or my left? They look so similar. Please accept your reward. And instead, we actually get some purifying rice. This is an item that, when used in battle, can cast the Hamon spell, which is pretty decently useful against stuff that's weak to it, but obviously, with only 2 rices at our disposal, they run out pretty quickly, and they're not exactly easy to replace either, so kind of an undertuned item in the overture of attack items in the Persona 3 games. Now, with that taken care of, instead of doing some karaoke, we're instead well, actually, it's Saturday, so we couldn't do the karaoke anyway, so instead, we're going to be doing the quiz game. This isn't super necessary, but I do need to have academics rank 2 before the end of May, and while I am liable to reach that naturally, just to be sure, and just to get a little ahead on it, I'm going to do a quiz game anyway. We're doing well on courage, so it's not a huge deal if I focus on that hugely. And of course, since we can do it in this game, a little bit of studying. And just feeling sleepy. No tiredness to worry about. Now, for Saturday in Portable, before we do anything, I want to visit the school store. This is something I actually intended to do last week, I just completely forgot about it, so I updated my notes to make sure I didn't miss it. At the school store in Persona 3 Portable, you can buy a very interesting item on Saturdays only in school. You can buy Yawn Begone. Also note that, funnily enough, in Persona 3 FES, this had an actual store interface, while in Portable, instead, it just got relegated to a menu or a dialogue text choice, which is kind of strange. Most of the stuff that the school store sells really isn't that helpful, but the Yawn Begone is actually helpful. Yawn Begone is a new item introduced to Persona 3 Portable that is not present in Reload. It's one of the few Portable exclusive things, kind of like getting skill cards from leveling up your personas. Where is it? It's at the bottom of our inventory. As you can see, it cures an ally's fatigue. What that means is that if you are in the tired status, this will restore you to the good status. So this is a item that we can actually use to treat tiredness should we be suffering from it. Now, one of the things that keeps this in orbit is that, well, actually, one of the things that kind of makes this less useful than it sounds is that in Persona 3 Portable, we can't actually develop Tartarus we can't develop tiredness while we're in Tartarus. Bleh, mixing up my words pretty bad there. So it's mostly used for treating it if we get tired from our Tartarus excursions, or if our party members are not feeling better by the time we return to Tartarus, if we're making multiple trips in a month. There are also a couple other situations where we can develop tiredness that Yawn Begone can help us out with. I'm sorry to call for you to like this. To tell you the truth, there's a favor I'd like to ask you. And here is Theodore just establishing requests here. I didn't talk to him about this previously, just because there wasn't really much reason to, but we do want to get the quests going in Persona 3 Portable, so let me see. Do I have the Juzumaru in my inventory? One thing you'll note is that some of the rewards... Okay, so I don't. So Junpei's got that. I can just take that off when I return, but want to get the Pine Resin. As you can see, we get a better bow in this version of the game. Juzumaru gives us the Maragi skill card, which I actually have a very particular thing I want to use that on later. And let's see, 12,000 yen, a beat chain from the first document. Some of this stuff is pretty consistent. Actually, we should be able to complete this one right now, so let's just turn that in. It seems you've completed a request, blah, blah, blah. He says all the same things that Elizabeth says for most of the requests, but obviously the big one we want to check is the Theodore date. We get a piece of armor for turning in the muscle drink, and actually a really good one. First order of business, though, let's do the Theodore date. I will be relegating the Theodore dates to the supplemental videos going forward, but just for this first one, why don't we double up and see 2 dates? Well then, please lead the way.
So this is the Polonia Mall. Indeed. It's exactly as I imagined.
Despite these words, Theo's eyes are clearly glimmering with excitement. Well, are you excited to be here, Theo?
I'm not that easily amused.
Theo is mumbling.
What is that over there?
Theo is pointing to the water fountain.
An aqueous duct in a place like this? The dwellers of this world must get thirsty easily.
Don't drink from it, Theo.
I know its true purpose, of course. Why, it's meant to wash one's hands.
That's not it, Theo. Are you really know what you're talking about?
It was only my small joke. So, what is it actually for? A bit of scenery. I see.
Theo seems distraught for some reason.
And what, pray tell, is this facility here?
Theo headed towards the police station.
These photographs. Most wanted. Reward. I see. So the concept of subjugation requests is not unknown here.
You don't kill him, Theo. Ish. This is one thing that he overlaps with Elizabeth on.
Huh? Well, in that case, you must have to capture them alive. Only a skilled hunter could accomplish it.
Theo is nodding triumphantly.
If there are hunters of such talent in this world as well, I may want to make a few requests of my own. But on second thought, perhaps not. I already have you, our finest guest, for that. What is that? Could this be Club of Rumor? Yes, I heard no end of it. Dancers, dictated by the sway of one's inner passions, a subterranean garden of uninhibited spectacle. Though this marks my first time seeing it in person. Well then, let us venture in. It's closed? This can't be.
Theo is in utter shock.
It seems I have no choice but to turn back.
Theo is slightly tearing up. You decide to show him the arcade.
Arcade? A series of arches? All right. Let us investigate.
Theo is staring at the crane game placed in front of the arcade.
Bird controlling game? The things inside this case, those are birds? They look to my eye more like stuffed animals made of cloth. Is this, then, a simulator to practice catching real cranes?
Theo is lost in thought.
Excuse me, I note another aquatic pool over here.
Theo headed towards the fountain in the corner of Polonia Mall. He seems restless for some reason. He's looking around as well. He abruptly stuck his hand into the water.
It's 8 degrees Celsius.
You can tell that just by touching it?
Of course I can.
Theo seems proud.
Shall we be on our way? I'd hate to keep you out for too late. This world has its charms. I would relish the chance to visit it again sometime. Thank you very much for today.
You return to the Velvet Room with Theo. Thank you for answering my request. Well then. Thank you for showing me around Polonia Mall. I asked my master to install a fountain into the Velvet Room when I returned. Unfortunately, he refused before I even finished asking the question. I'm currently negotiating with him to at least set up a crane catcher machine. Now, as for a reward, I've prepared something special. With this, you can fuse Huapo. She is a charming persona, combining the looks of a sweet girl with powerful abilities. Please take this as your reward. And the reward is identical in this version of the game for doing the date. Let me, real quick, okay, I got the pine resin request. Real quick, let's just see if we have a muscle drink kicking around in my inventory. And I don't, but you know what? I'm actually just gonna go buy one right now. One thing that I didn't make clear earlier, I don't think, is when you buy Yawn Be Gone from the school, you can only buy up to 3 every Saturday, so... Oh, hey, conveniently, we can also get the muscle drink for cheaper today. I actually was not planning on that. So let's just buy that real quick. But yeah, you can only buy up to 3 Yawn Be Gones per week, and then you have to wait for next week to get more of them. So you can't just have an infinite number of Yawn Be Gones, money permitting. There are other ways to get Yawn Be Gones in the game, but they're not as regularly obtainable as the Saturday Yawn Be Gones. And here we go. We get the Angora sweater. This is a piece of armor for the female protagonist, so let's just pop out of here and throw that on real quick, and it is actually a pretty considerable upgrade for this stage of the game. It gives us plus 30 SP and 60 defense, which is going to be a couple months before we get any armor that beats that in defense value. Granted, defense pretty quickly falls off as a stat that actually, mitigates incoming damage, but still, it's a pretty appreciated boost to our survivability at this stage of the game. With that finally taken care of, today we're going to hang out with Bunkichi and Mitsuko in Persona 3 Portable. Meanwhile, in the evening, we're once again going to get the pine resin. Yukari says the exact same thing in this game. I've also made sure to unequip Junpei with the Juzumaru, giving him his imitation katana back. So let's pop over to the Velvet Room, and let's complete a whole load of quests at once. Oh, right, I forgot to mention the most important thing about the Angora sweater, is that it is actually a costume that modifies your aesthetics. We'll see that in a little bit. But we'll complete the requests here, and we, of course, got all of the same dialogue for most of these, but with different rewards. The Maragi card there, which is much appreciated. This is Theo acting much the same way Elizabeth did. Oh, wait, soybean powder. It's simply dreadful food. It absorbs all the moisture in your mouth and makes every spoonful an exquisite torture. Please take this as your reward. So, he's not as keen on soybean powder as Elizabeth is. Alright, with that taken care of, I do want to grab the, well, actually, I only have the one request to take care of, but we want to take it anyway, so we will get that request underway. And with that done, let's actually put that bow onto Yukari, since it's a free upgrade for her. We'll also give Junpei Juzumaru back. May as well, right? But here we go, Siren Song, decent attack power, better than anything we can buy at this point, and it has low odds of panicking the enemy. I don't really care much for ailments in Persona 3, so I don't care too much about that, but hey, it's there. It might occasionally come in handy. What we want to do, though, is play more video games, and tonight we will be playing the quiz game. Getting ever so smarter, little by little, every day. Today is Constitution Day. It's the beginning of the 3-day holiday, Golden Week. Come to think of it, that home shopping program on TV will be on during the day. And yes, we now have the opportunity to use Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, the home shopping network. There's no school today. It's almost time for the home shopping show. Let's take a look at that. We can check it out by just looking at our TV here. An irritatingly catchy song comes from the speakers. The Home Shopping Show airs every Sunday afternoon. You can catch it on TV in your room or on the one in the lounge. The inventory changes every week, and as long as you've got the money, you can buy right from your home. Your delivery will arrive at a later date. Since you can only watch each show once, you may want to check out how much money you have on hand before tuning in.
It's Amazing Commodities!
Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Home Shopping Show, Tanaka's Amazing Commodities. I'm your host, Tanaka, with a live presentation of my amazing commodities. We'll show you great products at unbeatable prices, so don't touch that dial, because you won't want to miss these.
I'm going to do it.
Today, we're introducing the Mother's Day gift set. Want to show your mother how much you appreciate her, but need some help? Then this is just for you. First up, we have the Rose Bouquet. It's the perfect gift. Oh my goodness, it's wonderful. But wait, there's more. We'll throw in this luxury chocolate, too. Guess how many? 2. just 29.80 yen. This is a special limited product available today only. You heard right, today only. Should I buy the rose bouquet set for 29.80 yen? I do not want to buy this. The rose bouquet is a gift item that you can give to a girl if you go on a date with her, which is going to be a long time before we even have a chance to do that, and it is not at all necessary for completing the game. The luxury chocolate is another option for restoring our SP, but not one I particularly care for, so we're going to pass on this one. Next time, we'll be introducing a jelly tasting set. Don't miss it. That's it for today. We're all sold out. Sorry, folks. We'll see you next Sunday. Same time, same channel. The shopping program is over. Now, Tanaka occasionally sells some very good items that are highly advisable to get, but we don't really care to see what he has for us today. Instead, we just want to pass up on him and get straight to playing the MMO. Anything here? Let's see, Bunkichi is calling us, and we also have a message from Maya. Tatsuya! Let's have some fun today, too. Let's play! I guess we exchange numbers. You see, lately my wife has been saying that she wants to see Cullen-chan. Well, that's nice, Bunkichi, but I've got games to play. I can visit you at a later date. Looks like Maya wants to play Innocent Sin online with me. I feel as if we can grow closer thanks to the hermit persona on Muraki. I feel like I might grow closer to Maya soon. Should I spend time at my desk until nighttime? I think we should. Let's play the MMO until dark. I think I'll spend the day playing online. I'm in Shinagawa Dungeon. I don't see any other players. A girl in red approaches me. Wait, wasn't this place called something else before? Oh. Lunarvale, I think. Whatevs. Welcome back, Tatsuya. Good to see you again. You remember me, right? Of course, how could I forget you? You really do remember. The other player seems happy. This is exactly like when Maya and Tatsuya, remember? What kind of people are we, playing inside on such a beautiful day? Sunshine is overrated. Damn straight, XD! Maya seems amused by that. I'm a gamer for life, kitty face. LOL, we're supposed to be leveling, but we just keep on chatting, putting her hand on her chin. But hey, grinding gets old, right? It's more fun talking to you, Tatsuya. I think Maya is opening up to me. I feel like we're growing closer. ZOMG! I'll be AFK for a while, so I'm logging off. Sorry! I forgot the big sale ends today. Maya's player signed off. I decided to log out as well. Despite that being about 2 minutes of game time, we are instead taken to the evening. They meant it when they said we were logged into dark. Well, at least it's better than Persona 3 FES. Yo, what's up? So I heard this from a friend. Word is, there's a guy at Escapade selling URLs for unusual sites. Selling URLs? Yep! Probably not the kind of sites your average Joe could stumble upon himself, you know? Does sound pretty interesting, but a glitzy club like that probably got security up the wazoo. Nope! Students ain't allowed in places like that. You need some serious courage to go in anyway. So, this is actually in reference to a new mechanic in Persona 3 Reload, or rather a new sort of vendor, which we're not going to be taking advantage of until later. Got anything else for us, Junpei? At this rate, I'm gonna spend Golden Week the same way I always have. Lazing around. Oh, wait, okay, he's already said this. Oh, well, I think the thing he said at the end is, slightly different. No, that's the same thing. Strange. Anyways, the chairman's here. Let's talk to the chairman. Do you have any idea what a chairman does? I'm so busy, I don't have much time for my research. That's why I'm going to dedicate this entire weekend to analyzing data. From morning till night, I'll be toying away like a robot. Rust in peace. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that was not a bad Megadeth album. Anyway, what we've got to do tonight is some more computer work. It's just been back-to-back computer time. We are going to play Digital Cram School, get a little bit smarter, take some of Mitsuru's advice. Digital Cram School. It seemed to be a set of practice questions from a famous school in the mountains. Whether you're brilliant or average, your journey here begins by answering questions all the same. I should try some questions in the areas I'm studying right now. I finished answering a challenging yet satisfying set of questions. I feel like I've gotten better at thinking outside the box. For our efforts with the Digital Cram School, we get another set of academics points, plus 4. It's gotten late. I should head back to my room. Now, in Persona 3 FES on Sunday, we have the Slash Ward available for purchase. This increases our dodge rate against slash attacks. But for the bonus item, we also have a Sappy Jelly, for the same price as what was on sale in Persona 3 Reload. I have more disposable income. I don't really care about the Slash Ward as an accessory, but what the hell, we'll buy it, just to say we did end up buying something from Tanaka. But yeah, the items on sale have always, or have changed a bit across the various versions of the game to accommodate for new items being introduced, some items being reevaluated and just how useful they are for you, and of course, we don't immediately get the item upon purchasing it. We just have to wait for it to show up in the mail. With that taken care of, obviously, Sunday, we have the opportunity to play the MMO, and on days where we play the MMO, that is all we can do, so that is what I will be doing for the entirety of Sunday in FES. For Sunday in Persona 3 Portable, once again, we've got Tanaka's amazing commodities to check out, so let's just see what he has to sell in Persona 3 Portable. Now, sometimes he sells different things. I forget if he sells anything. Oh, he does! Remember how I was saying there was alternative ways to get Yawn Be Gone? Well, Tanaka's amazing commodities is one of those ways. They'll also throw in some muscle drinks, which I don't care about, but what the heck, why don't we take more Yawn Be Gone? Could never go wrong with that, right? We'll place our order, and it will come for us later in the week. Next time, we'll bring you a set of 2 rare cards that your kids will be dying to own. Ooh. I wonder if we could find any alternative uses for those cards. But yeah, Tanaka's inventory does change between every version of the game, although I think Vanilla and FES have these same items. Regardless, we have no online MMO social link in order to... Online MMO, but I'm going to the wrong place as well. We have no MMO social link to progress in this version of the game, at least as a female character. So, once again, we're going to be hanging out with Bunkichi and Mitsuko. It's also worth noting that this is the first social link that we're going to be tackling, where I will not have enough points by the end of it, no matter what, to advance to the next rank, and I don't have any way to secure those points before I interact with the link again. So, this will be the first time we actually run into a link where we just have to spend time advancing it when we return to it. And then at nighttime, we're actually going to be going to Tartarus tonight in Persona 3 Portable, and Mitsuru actually has, perhaps coincidentally, something very interesting to say. There may be more accidents than usual. Be on your guard. This is a new mechanic to Persona 3 Portable. There are nights in Tartarus where it will be accident-prone, and what this means is that you are much more likely to see floor events of any variety. Some of them good, some of them kind of bad, but also have their own perks. But regardless, when it's an accident-prone night, you have an incredibly high chance of encountering a floor event when exploring floors you have seen previously. Now, of course, I'm going to cut out most of this Tartarus trip. My main goal here is to complete the Grave Beetle request, which I need to double check to make sure I have that selected, because we only get the item if I have that request active. But also, we want to continue fighting until we get tiredness. That's a little bit harder to judge in Portable, because obviously you do not gain the status while within Tartarus. You can generally count on obtaining it when doing a full exploration, but when you're just grinding out battles, it's a bit harder to judge. The only way to really tell is when you're standing around and Mitsuru makes a comment about somebody on your team getting tired. And I do have that? Yes, okay. Before I cut ahead, because you obviously don't want to see me just doing grinding until I get tired, I do actually want to go to a floor, just so I can show off the effects that the Angora sweater has. Much like that shirt of chivalry that Junpei has equipped, it is a change to our character's outfit. Incidentally, I get the feeling that these kind of costumes are the reason the defense stat kind of doesn't mean too much after this stage of the game, really. Strange, I don't detect anything, but something doesn't seem right. Not actually the kind of floor I want to see, because this means there's no enemies for me to fight, but hey, treasure. So I'll collect that, but yeah, I just wanted to show that off. I'll grab all the items here, move on, start fighting, and then we'll rejoin in Persona 3 Reload for the next day there. Actually, I lied. Before we rejoin in Persona 3 Reload, I would just like to say that while I'm grinding out for tiredness, I hit level 10 in Persona 3 Portable, and we're getting an advanced look at a mechanic we have not yet seen in the other versions of the game. When you hit level 10, you sense that another change is about to occur within you. You can now store up to 8 personas. Yes, every 10 levels, we will be able to store 2 additional personae, up to 12 at level 30, and then no more than that. 12 does generally give us enough to have personae available for every relevant situation when it comes to social linking, though it ends up being a surprisingly tight limit when you're trying to do fusing to get the best personas in the game, so, but for now, this is a huge upgrade to our storage capacity, and much appreciated at that. I've got a text message. A little refresher. What are you up to today? If you're free, let's go somewhere. Let me know if you can make it before the afternoon. Looks like Miyamoto wants to hang out. This might be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with Miyamoto. Should I take him up on that? Nah. We've got important things to do, Kaz. We've got to play online video games. And yes, this is really how we're going to be spending our entire Golden Week in Reload. Well, I guess, we don't get the smell of a musty bookstore on ourselves. Today is Greenery Day, the second day of Golden Week. Alright, let's hop on the computer. The chat box is blinking. Looks like Maya wants to play Innocent Sin online with me. And we feel like we can grow closer, so let's play the MMO until dark. I'm in Shinagawa Dungeon. I see Maya. Hi! I was waiting for you. So, I'm drunk, XD. Oh, really? Yeah, really. Save me, Tatsu. Sick of my job. No time to party. Crying. Maya seems to be enjoying herself. 3 beers and counting. Ooh, will you hold my hair back? I even have to work farm hoe this weekend. Work from home, LOL. But now I'm all drunk, XD, wee! Maya's avatar danced crazy. Maya's avatar sat down. It didn't used to be like this. Never had to work weekends. But lately, I can't get motivated to get work done at work. You don't like your job? Oh, I love it. That's what I always wanted to do since I was a kid. Maya seems proud. It's been 8 years, though. Maybe I'm just bored. I need my game and drinky time, but I'm haunted by deadlines. Irregardless of those deadlines closing in, I still end up logging on here. LOL. Oh, irregardless isn't really a word. You know that? It's because it just means the same as regardless. Hope you're taking notes, because this'll be on the exam, XP. I really like how you have to get good at spelling and punctuation online. That's so elite, Tatsuya. LOL X3. Maya really seems to be opening up. I feel like we're growing closer. Can love bloom on the online battlefield? We'll see, we'll see. Have you ever said LOL IRL on accident? I think I would die, Raffle. That type of thing could get me fired for reals, XD. Don't tell anyone. Okay? I can't get fired. I want to keep my job. Better get back to work, huh? Night! Maya's player signed off. I decided to log out as well. Okay, and wow, empty in here. Guess everybody's having a good golden week. So, we've got, for your information, I'll be in the command room today. If you want to go to Tartarus, come and let me know. I'll be able to join you as well. Well, that'd be interesting. Actually, it would be a lot better if Mitsuru actually joined us as a party member, but unfortunately, we're not that lucky. Anyways, the gaming doesn't stop today. Her pupils grow the more you compliment her. For today in FES, we will be going to the bookstore to start things out, and I really am glad that I didn't bother getting the tiredness on Friday, or Friday, because I already completely forgot that it would be a holiday today, so I wouldn't be able to get the courage boost today anyway. Hooray. Anyways, bookworms use book. Let's spend our lunch at the bookstore, making some old people happy. Now, for the evening, we actually want to go to Tartarus tonight. There isn't anything super important tonight we need to do tonight, but if we did go to Tartarus tonight, we'd be getting a phone call, and we do not want to accept the phone call just yet. We want to go to Tartarus to delay the phone call. If you go to Tartarus on a night where you would be getting a phone call, the call will end up being rescheduled to a later night, and you can get it then, and we want to get it the later night. So, what I'm going to be doing during this Tartarus trip is not too much. Obviously, I'm going to be fighting until I get tired, and then we'll only have to save scum one day tomorrow in order to carry over the tiredness bonus. One thing I'd also like to get at this point, if I can, is I would like to get the Persona Omoikane, so that we can have him for getting better point bonuses from the Hierophant social link. It isn't really critical to get that right now, but just to get it out of the way and so that I have it in the compendium when we do get access to it in this version of the game, that's what I'm going to do right now. So I will take care of all that, and then I will come back, and it will be the next day in Reload, or rather, we'll be seeing what I do in Persona 3 Portable, rather. Let's just go do that. Okay? Okay. Cutting back to Persona 3 Portable now, I was able to get the tiredness status. Not that it was really a matter of skill, it was just a matter of fighting enough, until eventually Mitsuru pointed out that I was tired. Do wish there was a bit of a more organic way to tell that in Persona 3 Portable, but hey, it is what it is. And we actually do not have anything we need to do in terms of social linking during the daytime in Persona 3 Portable, since the bookstore is closed, and that is the only link that we could theoretically interact with on a day off. But that does not mean there aren't at least a couple things I can address. First order of business is I want to make sure that I have the Mad Bull and the Weird Takoyaki, which, yes, I got both of those. Hey, Yukari. Occasionally you can find your party members wandering about town. Hey, Zoe, are you here by yourself? Me too. Hanging out with friends is nice, but it's important to get some alone time, too. Well said, Yukari, well said. But as I was saying, we do have things that we could do. I turned in the Grave Beetle request to Theodore, and since it is a Monday, why don't we go in and buy some stuff from Officer Kurosawa when it's on discount. As you can see, we actually got access to some new accessories here in Persona 3 Portable. We'll get access to these eventually in Persona 3 FES. As a matter of fact, we might actually have access to them now. I should check that, but right now, stuff like this is not available in Persona 3 Reload, and let me see here. What I want to buy is I'd like to buy a life ring for Zoe here, so we'll equip her, and then we want to buy wind bracers for Yukari, which will up her Garu damage. Equip that. And I could buy fire bracers. I eventually want to buy, well, actually, these bracers, maybe not, but it wouldn't be a bad thing to have every single type of these, but Junpei doesn't really benefit from those kind of bracers, so you know what? Let's just buy Junpei a power band. If I was actually on Junpei, that would probably also work better. Other accessories that we can buy, oh, I should go over those bands that I'm buying. These bracers, these give you the relevant elemental boost, so Thunder Bracers give you Elect boost, Ice Bracers give you Ice boost, so on and so forth, and these these boost your relevant element by 25% in terms of the damage that they deal. Note that that is a direct boost to the damage they deal, so if you were to deal 100 damage with a Garu spell, for instance, with the Wind Bracers equipped, you would instead deal 125, and in general, raw boosts to your damage are way better than boosts to your stats in Persona 3 Portable, so for characters who are big on casting spells, always a good idea to have as many stacks of these abilities as you possibly can. The Prayer Beads and the Rosary give you a chance to revive from their respective insta-death types. Light for the Rosary, and Darkness for the Prayer Beads. This is a completely useless accessory, completely unreliable, and there are accessories that guarantee this kind of survival that work 100% of the time, so never buy those. We could also buy some shoes while we're at it. May as well buy some inline skates for Junpei and Yukari. Get them a little bit more agility, make them a little bit more evasive in both regards. Actually, it does look like we have a whole bunch of new equipment that I could possibly buy, but this stuff isn't that helpful at the moment, so I'm gonna pass on a lot of it. Did I not equip those on Yukari? Well, I did buy inline skates anyway, so I can just leave the store and equip those, but Monday is a convenient day to do this, because of course we get a discount, so yeah, give her the inline skates, and there we go. Alright, with that taken care of, since we don't have anything to do in terms of social linking, we can instead spend today developing our stats. Let's do a double shot of Print Club, so we'll play it in the morning, and we will play it at night. Do note that I do actually need to save scum to extend this tiredness, as the schedule that I'm following depends on the tiredness persisting for as long as possible, so we can get a couple free courage boosts. So if I happen to either get better from my tiredness... Okay, I got a cold there. I don't want a cold. I specifically... here's my... thing, and Junpei is calling. Sorry, Junpei. Oh, well, later. But I do not want to get a cold. I specifically want the tiredness to extend. Note that if we get the cold in Persona 3 Portable, then we will be completely better within 2 more days. The cold will persist the next day, and then it'll be cured by the 3rd day. So we specifically need to be still tired. I've got a text message. Who's bugging me today? It's Kenji. Hey, you free? Since we got the day off, hit me up if you want to go somewhere. I'll be free till the afternoon. Haha, Kenji, I'm gonna ignore you. Poor guy, poor guy. You see, I've got to go hang out with my online girlfriend, Kenji. It's a very important thing. You are lusting after a teacher who probably doesn't care about you at all. Today is Children's Day, the last day of Golden Week. Alright, let's get in. Yeah? Is it what? I just noticed the protagonist's shoes. Are those supposed to be like loafers, or is he wearing slip-ons that are kind of like Crocs without the holes? Crocs with socks. Let's not dwell too much on this. Let's play the MMO. I'm in Shinagawa Dungeon. Maya's not logged in. I'm running a little late. I'll be right there, okay? Maya entered the area. I was on the phone with my mom. Whenever we talk, it's always the same. So, like, all she cares about is marrying me off to some dude. Why is it her problem? Oh, come on, let's plan our wedding first. Even without meeting me IRL? Oh, take me, Tatsuya! Maya seems happy. Don't worry, I still got it, even at my age. LOL. It's sexist to think women can only be happy when they're tied down. Aww. The other night, I got a little drunky and kind of passed out at Polonia. Then this old dude was like, "You'll never get a man looking like that." Ah! I told him to shut the fuck up, damn it. TL, sorry, kinda got off topic. Guess I'm a little tired. But I do feel better now. Here, Tatsuya, this is for you. Maya used a heal potion on Tatsuya, but there was no effect. Oh, guess your HP was already full. Lemonade! I'm trying to say thanks for listening to all my bitching. I think Maya is opening up to me. I feel like we're growing closer. I always feel like people are opening up to me. But hey, we've made a huge amount of progress on the Hermit social link. Rank 4 already? This is a week well spent, I feel. You know, that old lamer I told you about, he was hanging around Polonia, so... If you see him, don't be nice. I saw him on this weird TV show, too. Super creepy. Alright, I better go practice being a good housewife for Tatsuya. Heart. Maya's player signed off. I learned about a man from TV? Question mark. Who visits Polonia Mall at night. I decided to log out as well. Interesting. Guy from TV. Well, that's just something we're gonna have to deal with later. For right now. Yo, what's up? Oh, it was nice for you to greet me at least, Junpei. Looks like he's by his lonesome here. Sonata-san and Kirija-senpai aren't back yet. Guess we won't be going to Tartarus tonight. Yucatan said she's gonna go study in her room. What to do? But yes, Mitsuru and Akihiko aren't around today, so we can't go to Tartarus no matter what. We're actually going to be going to a different location tonight. We're not going to be gaming, and we're going to be seeing a new restaurant. We're going to head up to the second floor of the strip mall, and today we are visiting Hagakure Ramen. Hagakure Ramen? Pork ramen, 900 yen. The collagen will make your skin beautiful. Eating collagen-rich food might improve my charm. If only it was that easy. Eating at Hagakure will allow the ramen's collagen to improve the quality of your skin, raising your charm. Time will pass if you eat here. If you come by on certain nights, there may be new items on the menu that aren't normally available. Should I spend the night here? Yes, let's eat at Hagakure. And we will just have a nice order of pork ramen. A frequent customer seemed to have enough courage to order the special Hagakure bowl from the burly owner. It looks like it's part of a special menu only available on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. Maybe I could order it myself if my courage was at least determined. And that does, in fact, open up the special Hagakure bowl to us, which gives us an even greater charm bonus than the pork bowl. I ordered the shoyu ramen with pork. Thanks to the collagen in the food, I feel like the texture of my skin has improved. Hey, as long as you feel that way, the confidence boost is worth enough all its own. For today in FES, we will be going to the bookstore to keep developing the Hierophant link. Unfortunately, I was not able to get Omoikane, because the only fusion option that I have at this point that will result in a Hierophant is fusing off Orpheus, and we cannot get Orpheus back at this point. I do want Cadenza around in case of emergencies for the upcoming boss battle we are going to be seeing. Spoiler. But, since we can't get him back, just in case, I want to keep Orpheus around. It isn't strictly necessary, but still, better safe than sorry. And of course, to close out the day, we also need to play an arcade game. One thing I'd like to mention before I forget is that I actually did get a spare Juzumaru when exploring Tartarus the previous night, so I equipped that onto Junpei to give him a little bit of extra attack power, and more importantly, a lot more durability with that extra 20 HP there. Should be pretty handy for him. We get our courage boost here, and I'm also going to study tonight, just to chance getting tired the next day. Hopefully I don't have to reset too many times. If I'm lucky, I'll get it on the first go. If not, well, I've made the backup save, so no worries there. Oh, hey, and conveniently, we've also gotten our package today. That's kind of random when you get your orders from the TV show, but now we have a Slash Ward plus a Sappy Jelly, which is a not particularly good healing item. The Slash Ward, I honestly might just sell it at a store and get the money back, truth be told, since I don't really plan to use it. But yeah, I'll study, and hopefully the tiredness carries over into tomorrow. If it doesn't, well, I'm reloading. Tuesday will be remarkably uneventful in Persona 3 Portable. I'm just doing the horror game twice. I will also be save scumming to extend my tiredness, or rather get sick tomorrow, so that I can get 2 free courage boosts from Mr. Edogawa throughout the week. I can hear people talking. Golden Week is over. I'm so sad. You know, rabbits can die from sadness. Okay, 1, you're not a rabbit, and 2, it's not sadness, but a loss of appetite. What? No way! I thought for sure it was because of heartbreak. Oh, speaking of sad, I saw an elementary school kid at Naganaki Shrine the last time I visited. She looked so sad playing all by herself. I felt sorry for her. An elementary school student alone at Naganaki Shrine? I wonder if she's having some sort of trouble. Try not to sound so creepy there, me. The first bell has rung. But yes, as weird as that is, let's go visit that little girl later. I don't really feel like teaching today. Last night, I was watching TV when I saw a special on trains. Traveling by train is always nice, isn't it? Staying in a sleeper car is a traveler's dream. Speaking of trains, let's talk about the rhombus-shaped instrument on the roof of the train. The power is generated when this device comes into contact with the overhead wires. You look like you know what I'm talking about, Ziller. Let's see if that's the case. What do you call the device that helps generate electric powers for the train, I'm sorry, and that would be a pantograph.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. You're better informed than I thought. Or perhaps you're simply a rail fan? Most modern trains take in electricity by bringing the pantograph into contact with the overhead wires. However, the monorail we use has the pantograph hidden under the train instead. I answered correctly. Everyone in class is looking at me with respect. And we get a nice +2 to our charm, bringing us up to rank 3, confident. Sounds pretty good to me. Now, class is ended for today. Apparently there's a lonely little girl at the shrine. Maybe I should check up on her to see if she's okay. And we have purely pure intentions here. God, I hope we do. So, let's head to the town map and let's visit the little girl. See if there's anything we can help her out with. Maybe I can at least buy some food or something. Hi, I'm Maiko. Mom and Dad said not to talk to bad people. Are you a bad person? Nah, I like to think I'm a good guy. You're not lying, are you? I can't play right now because I'm hungry. There's something I really want. I want to eat something round and hot. And soft, too. Oh, God. Oh! This is my favorite! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Maiko took my weird takoyaki. That's been sitting in my pocket for like over a week. Maiko, are you sure you want it? That was so yummy! I ate the whole thing all by myself. But now I'm thirsty. I want something fizzy. That one mad and bitter drink is the best. Oh! This is my favorite! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Do not give Red Bull to children, by the way. Haha, nothing beats a nice cold one. You're nice. Will you be my friend? Come play with me again, okay? Oh, sure. Really? Then I'll be waiting for you here. You better not be lying. And Maiko will hang out with us on a later date. She is here most days of the week, if I remember correctly, but that is something that we'll just address when it becomes available. Instead, we're going to return to school, and we are going to go to student council today. I feel like Odagiri could, use a level-headed compatriot like myself, not to toot my own horn, in order to guide the discussion for today. So let's go on in. I feel like I might grow closer to Odagiri soon. Should I spend some time after school with the student council? I think that would be a bang-up idea. I spent some time working with the student council. The hours flew by as I worked hard on my tasks.
Thanks for all your hard work today.
Well then, please excuse me.
Oh, can I borrow you for a moment? I'd like to hear your opinion on something. It's nothing serious, but some students think the school uniform should be abolished, and they're gathering supporters.
Well, I kind of think school uniforms are lame, but also I'm an American, so my opinion's not worth much. However, I have a feeling Odagiri is looking for a yes man right now, so whatever, we'll say it sounds like nonsense.
Yes, because it is nonsense. They think freedom is a life without rules. It's ridiculous, plain and simple. Without rules, the whole system will collapse. They're mistaking selfishness for freedom. Sorry, overreacted a bit there. I hate people with no common sense. I have very little desire to talk to them. And don't take that the wrong way. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from.
I think Odagiri is starting to trust me. I feel like we're becoming better friends. Well, if you could call him venting his spleen at us about people being indignant about the school uniform as friendship, I guess we're friends.
Why don't you head on home? I'll lock up here when I'm finished. Get home safely.
I left the student council room and went back to the dorm.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. Have more people been getting apathy syndrome lately? Or am I just imagining things? For some reason, I feel like something bad is going to happen, but maybe I'm just being paranoid. I mean, it's not like anything's really happened since that one day, so we should be fine, right? Yukari is actually referencing a bit of a phenomenon that is happening out in the world, should you decide to actually explore the town a little bit, and not actually just immediately go into your social links or your social stat development. As time gets closer to the full moon, curiously, more people with apathy syndrome start popping up. Strange. I know apathy syndrome isn't exactly natural, but even then, something seems off about it. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic, but I find I'm usually right about the bad stuff. That's not a good thing, Yukari. Man, I wish there was an easier way to get to Tartarus. I ain't even talking about the climbing, because first, we gotta go all the way to the school, right? What if I just open my door and it leads me straight to Tartarus? Now that would be nifty. Stop spewing nonsense already. Why on earth would anyone want their door to be connected to Tartarus? Come on, Yukari, he's just looking to be efficient. I get the urge to do some boxing practice whenever I'm at school. Maybe I should just get back to it when I feel like I've gotten better. What do you think, Zeller? I guess you could. Oh, you think so? Well, I was just joking. If I did something like that, there's no way Mitsuru would keep a lid on it. You hear what Akihiko's saying, Mitsuru? Now, Akihiko, I'm not gonna narc you out. Did you have a productive Golden Week? As for myself, I generally stuck to the same routine I follow every Golden Week, although I did keep a close eye on Akihiko to dissuade him from trying anything reckless. You can see why Akihiko is avoiding getting any extracurricular exercise out there. Anyway, it just so happens to be Wednesday, and we did just learn about the Hagakure Bowl, and we do happen to be determined, so I think we should spend the night here, and yes, get the special Hagakure Bowl. I plucked up my courage and ordered the special Hagakure Bowl from the burly owner. I ordered the special Hagakure Bowl, saying that again, just to emphasize it. The special-made pork belly is bursting with collagen. I feel like my skin has become smoother. Again, as long as you feel like that is the case, that's fine. That's worth its own weight in gold. Alright, so our question for today... I don't feel like teaching today. I was watching TV last night and there was a special on weight loss. The more you drink, the thinner you get. Yeah, right! What about osmotic pressure, huh? It's misinformation, but people believe what they see on TV. A lot of companies say stuff like, our product contains minerals, but that's a load of hooey. There's hardly more than trace elements of whatever they're talking about. It's meaningless. Did you know that there are different names for water depending on its calcium or magnesium content? You look like you know the answer, Cullen. Surprise me. What do you call water without much calcium and magnesium? Well, that would be soft water. That's right. You're better informed than I thought. Most of the water in Japan is soft water. That's why many Japanese find it strange to drink hard water, because they're used to the other kind. Remember, cooking rice with hard water ruins the flavor. Now, let's look at the various ions in water. You gave the correct answer, and we got a point of charm for efforts. Moving on. We of course have to visit the nurse's office in order to get our courage boost. I generally like to take care of this first, just to make absolutely certain I don't forget and have to do another reload, possibly several more after that, because of, failing to actually continue the tiredness. Incidentally, I actually got sick instead of tired, so there is a chance that I'll only be able to get 2 courage boosts here, but I could potentially get a third, and it's not a huge deal if I don't get a third. Generally, as long as I can get 2 free courage boosts, with the way the schedule has fallen, that's still equivalent to getting a night of Horror House in. Next order of business. We want to head to Naganaki Shrine because Maiko is here, much like that she is in Reload, and we already have all the stuff that we need to give her, so we just need to tell her that we're good, and then we need to give her the stuff that she wants. And she doesn't automatically take the items if you have them in this version of the game. Instead, you have to talk to her each time and kind of intuit what she wants. Now, in Reload, you can get the Mad Bull from the Iwatodai vending machine if you don't have it, but remember that in FES and Portable, you can only get Mad Bull from the dorm vending machine, so make sure you have it ahead of time. It isn't super critical that we activate the sequence trigger right now. We can do it later, but may as well take care of it the earliest opportunity we can. With that taken care of, let's get on to our next order of business. We're finally going to follow up on our joining of the Student Council in FES. Since it's convenient for the schedule to do it today, we have the permission to join, and we will enter. Of course, the actual social link will be relegated to the supplemental video. In the evening, for our surprisingly packed day, we are also going to be visiting the arcade. Not playing Horror House this time, but of course playing Quiz Game instead. Still trying to get to Academics Rank 2. Once we do reach that, of course, I don't have to focus on it too much. We just happen to need Rank 2 relatively early compared to the other stat checks that we have for our other social stats. Our academics have increased, and we have made it to average. So that's the last of the Quiz Game I need to play for a while. Though who knows, depending on how far ahead I get with Courage, I may play some more. Next, we actually have something coming up when I get to the dorm. We are getting our phone call tonight. It's Kaz, and we actually do want to talk to him. You want to do something next Sunday? Since you have Aramitama, a persona of the Chariot Arcana, you two might get along well. What will you do? I think that sounds like a great idea. Let's hang out with Kaz on Sunday. Sweet, I'll see you next Sunday then. Don't forget. Kazushi seems excited. Now, a lot of the times when you hear that note tingling outside of a social link, it doesn't really mean too much unless you're like getting a relationship fortune. But in this specific case, when you accept these phone calls, you get a pretty generous amount of social link points. I want to say it's like plus 10 or plus 15 for the scoring system that the social links use. And this puts us where we need to be in order to get a rank up next time we hang out with Kazushi. The reason we wanted to get the phone call tonight, and that's why I went into Tartarus, is because if we took it on Tuesday or Monday when it first would have happened, then Tuesday would have been taken up and we would not have been able to do the Hierophant social link. Phone calls will always take the next available free day that you have in your schedule. Now, one of the unfortunate things about taking this call is that when we do hang out with Kazushi on Sunday, the points we get there actually are not going to help us at all. The next social link rank that we do for Kazushi, that will actually get us to that'll get us enough points to get to the next rank, regardless of any point gain we could get outside of this social link. But that's not too big a deal. We've got plenty of Sundays and free days down the line to work on the Hermit social link, so no skin off our nose if we happen to lose one Sunday to a useless activity. You are tired. You don't seem to be feeling well. I'm going to study, and hopefully the sickness will carry into tomorrow. For Wednesday in Persona 3 Portable, we've got a handful of things to do today. Of course, we have to visit Mr. Edagawa to get our disgusting medicine, but it makes us braver if we happen to swallow it down, so we will just grin and bear it. And of course, we also have to head to Naganaki Shrine, cause much like the other versions of the game, the little girl Maiko will be available here, and once again, we can affirm that we are good. And, once again, she will want all the same things, the weird takoyaki, and she will also want the Mad Bull. Remember, do not give Red Bull to children, it is not a good idea. But, you know, we're not her mother, so whatever. You're nice, will you be my friend? Come play with me again, okay? Absolutely. I'll admit, perhaps this is sexist of me to think so, but the social link is slightly less creepy when you're the female character. Anyway, with that taken care of, we are going to be returning to Gekkoukan High to advance our next social link, and we are actually going to be opening up a new one. However, I'm not going to be showing it off in this video. Instead, I'm going to be relegating it to the supplemental video, because we'll be seeing it relatively soon in Persona 3 Reload, and more to the point, we haven't even activated the trigger for this one in Reload yet, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself with this. If you're super curious to see it, of course you can just check it out in the supplemental video I'll be uploading after this one. But this one does have a requirement for getting into it. This is our first social link that has a stat check. We need to have rank 2 academics in order to join the Fashion Club, which is what we will be doing during the day in Persona 3 Portable. Speaking of needing good academics, in the evening we will be quizzing ourselves. Also, I will once again be trying to secure sickness for the next day, though fortunately, when you are sick, it does have a pretty good tendency of persisting until it cures if you don't rest. Class has ended for today, and actually, something new is available for us today. Last time we talked to Chihiro, she seemed like she was getting at least somewhat comfortable with us, so I think she's ready to actually hang out for once. But let's listen to these two chatty little hens before we hang out with Chihiro. I heard Sanada-senpai was hospitalized. I hope he's okay. I wonder if he got hurt during boxing practice. I bet he got into a fight, some real fisticuffs. I wish I could have seen it. I love watching martial arts. Well, she's not that far off from the reality of the situation. Anyway, Chihiro. Hello. The other day, when you invited me out, I've been thinking, if it's okay with you, would you, like to... Let's walk home together. Come on, Chihiro. Okay. Then I'll go get ready.
Is this, really okay? Are you sure you don't mind or anything? I mean, I'm glad you're willing to, but...
Oh, you're fine, Chihiro. Just relax.
Oh, right. I'm not very good at talking to boys. There are a lot of guys in the student council, though, so I should work on that. Oh, school is almost out. Let's go.
We walked all the way to the dorm, neither of us saying a word. The tension is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about, what to say. I was trying to come up with a topic you might be interested in, Senpai, but I couldn't think of anything. This is Iwatodai dorm, right? Do you live here? My house is in the other direction.
Chihiro, you should have said something. Nah, let's not stress her out. I should have asked that.
No, it's not your fault. I noticed we were going in the wrong direction. I should have spoken up. I know you took time out of your schedule just for me, so thank you very much for today.
Chihiro seems to appreciate my company. I feel like we've gotten a little closer.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Justice Arcana.
And with that, we have established the Justice Arcana social link. Justice contains personae that mostly focus on the light element, which was originally just stuffed out with insta-kill spells and the occasional ability to do a percent-based attack to the enemy's HP. In Persona 3 Reload, there are now direct damage-dealing light-based moves, which is a pretty good specialization to have if you don't feel like relying on insta-kills to land, and since those have kind of been nerfed in this version of the game, it's probably for the best. There are also Justice Personae that have useful buff effects and are specialized in physical skills, so it's a good arcana to explore if you want to get auto-buffing effects as well as good physical skills, particularly in the late game.
Well, please excuse me.
Welcome back.
Alright, for Thursday in FES, we have to talk to Chihiro. Now that we've activated the Emperor's social link, she is available for us to start setting the sequence triggers. I just wanted to talk to Chihiro. I don't have anything to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. There's an awkward moment between you and Chihiro, and it starts off much like it did in Reload. Do note that you do have to pick specific choices in Persona 3 FES and Portable, the mail story, in order to get this to advancing the way it needs to. I don't think the choices actually matter in Reload, but don't quote me on that. I would still recommend picking the same choices in Reload that you would pick in FES anyway, just in case. Also, of course, we need to head to Mr. Edogawa's nurse's office in order to get his medicine. With that courage boost, we are doing pretty good, and we can just do karaoke tonight, and we'll effectively have gotten a horror house bonus with no time lost at all. Very nice. And finally, we need to talk to Kazushi. That phone call got us where we need to be to rank up on this social link. He showed up at lunchtime and everything. For some reason, he does not seem like himself, though. Whatever, I'm sure practice will go perfectly fine for Kaz. I'll catch up later. For Thursday in Portable, of course, starting things off, we have to visit Mr. Edogawa again. Always visit this guy when we're feeling down, and he'll give us a boost of dubious medicine. Doesn't do much for our health, but hey, you're so brave for trying it. So we'll just gulp that on down, and we will actually persist for a little bit. Ooh, we're determined. Very nice, very nice. But we'll persist for a little bit, because we actually do have a link that is worth showing off here. We are going to be hanging out with Junpei today. I do have Nekomata with me, don't I? Ooh, I do not have Nekomata. That is a bit of an oversight on my part. I'm going to go see if I can fix that real quick. Actually, no, wait, no, I don't need it right now. Never mind, never mind. I was psyching myself out here. We actually don't need any set amount of points to keep advancing Junpei's social link at this point. Seems Junpei wants to walk back to the dorm with you. Spend some time after school with Junpei? Absolutely, that sounds delightful. Oh, really? Well, let's stop by somewhere. Junpei seems happy. Polonia Mall, Chagall Cafe. You came here with Junpei. Whoa, so this is what it's like inside this cafe. Oh, guys can't really come to places like this with each other. Junpei seems a little embarrassed. Where do guy friends go? Karaoke, Wild Duck Burger, the Manga Cafe. That sounds a lot lamer now that I actually say it out loud. Junpei laughs. Still, this is some damn good coffee. You can tell that the guy who owns this place is really picky about the beans. You probably roast them all differently using special waters for each type. You know a lot about coffee, Junpei. Actually, you know what? Let's butter them up a little bit. You got good taste. I just really like coffee, that's all. Junpei seems proud. Oh yeah, what'd you order, Zoe? Let's see. Would you make fun of me if I said I got a hot cocoa? Oh, hot chocolate? That's a girly drink. Hey, they have a really good one at Tim Hortons, trust me. Despite what he said, Junpei seems happy for some reason. The two of you chatted about different things for a while. By the way, are there any guys you're interested in? If you want, I'll totally help you out. It'd be fun being your Cupid. Junpei laughs in a carefree manner. Oh yeah, what about Akihiko-senpai? You know, girls are crazy about him. You'd better be careful that he doesn't play you. Wait. Akihiko-san's not that type of guy, so you don't need to worry. It's like the opposite. He'd be way too serious if you were in a relationship. Actually, why don't you try and get him? Seriously. A transfer student swoops in and steals the heart of the boy every girl wants. Don't you think that'd be totally cool? Haha! It'd be something right out of a manga. Maybe I should give it a try, then. Haha! What do you mean by then? Well, if you're serious, feel free to talk to me about it. Junpei laughs. The two of you chatted about different things for a while. You feel like you understand Junpei a little better now. The Junpei Iori social link has reached level 3. Your power to create personas of the Magician Arcana has grown! Ah, crud. It's already this late. Man, I really enjoy being around you for some reason. Well, let's head back. You and Junpei went back to the dorm together. Sup, dude? Hey, have you seen how many of those freaks are in town lately? Man, things gotta be pretty boring around here if that's the kind of thing that sticks out. How about we go to Tartarus? Oh, wait, we hit that dead end, so we really can't go any further. Beats me. The layout of the place supposedly changes every day, so who knows? Maybe I should go check with you guys, just in case. Akihiko, are you trying to make me angry? I'm actually not sure if Junpei says something different if you haven't hit the dead end at this point, although I assume he would. That's neither here nor there, though. We've done everything that we want to get done in this video, and when we come back, we'll be resuming the daily grind, hanging out with our friends, seeing new things to see, and doing just everything we can to grow and develop as a person. An admirable goal for any high schooler, right? Huh, the moon's getting kind of full, though. And that boy, he did warn us about something happening when the moon gets full. I'm sure it's not a big deal. That's just something we'll deal with when it happens, right? Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.